Authentic and natural English.
Your English is costing you opportunities, and you may not even realize it. Here are 4 situations I see all the time. Your professor explains a task. You catch a few words, and when they ask, okay, you say, oh, yeah, of course. But you didn't fully understand. You go back home, you try to figure it out, you search, piece things together, and then you think, you know what? Let me go above and beyond, create like a masterpiece of work. Not because you're confident, but because you're compensating. You prepare something that looks great, you send it confidently, and your professor replies, this isn't what I asked for. Now, it looks like you didn't listen, but the real moment was earlier, when you didn't clarify, because showing uncertainty would feel like incompetence. So instead of confirming, you guessed. Now, imagine the situation. Your boss says, can you finish this by 6 p.m.? And you're still working, you just pay attention, you want 6 p.m. and you say, yes, sure. Your day continues, 6 p.m. comes, your boss comes back, and they ask, do you have the report? And you respond, oh, I'm almost done. You know what? I'm going to stay late to finish it. You're actually trying to show commitment, but then your boss replies, well, I needed it by 6. I have a meeting now that I'm supposed to show this report. So you heard the words, but not the intention behind them. You focus on the number and you miss the expectation. You miss that deadline. A situation that is also very common, you are at a college food court and someone from your class approaches you. You go through the usual greetings and then there's a pause. And you know what? You think, I'm going to try and I'm going to start a conversation. And you ask, well, have you been watching anything lately? You think about all the Netflix shows you've been watching and all of that. And they respond, oh, no, I don't really watch TV. And then suddenly you feel completely lost. Because in your mind, you had already kind of a conversation that was pretty planned with all of your favorite shows. You had imagined how it would go. You had prepared all of the ideas, but now reality doesn't really follow that script and you don't know how to continue. So the conversation ends and they leave. A few seconds later, you think with yourself, why couldn't I think of anything else to say? You didn't lack vocabulary here. You lacked the ability to respond in the moment. You missed a moment to connect. Now, imagine you are in a meeting. You prepare for this. You know what you have to say. And in the middle of your presentation, someone asks you a question. And in that moment, your mind goes blank. Not because you don't know the answer, but because maybe there was one particular word that you're trying to translate. Now you feel that you have to organize your thoughts and build that perfect sentence to answer that question all at the same time. And while you're doing that, you can almost hear the silence in the room. And that silence says everything. It makes it look like you didn't know, but you did. You just couldn't access that information in real time. This doesn't happen because you didn't study grammar or vocabulary. The problem is that most people learn these as information, but didn't practice using them long enough for them to become automatic. And because of that, you didn't really learn how to use the language. You learn how to react to expected questions. So when a conversation follows a familiar pattern, you're fine. But when people deviate from that, even if it's slightly, you freeze. Because now you feel like you have to translate, organize your thoughts, build the sentence, all in real time. And that's where communication breaks down. That's the real issue. Your English hasn't become second nature. And that's exactly what Thinking English is designed to train. Not just understanding English, but using it when the moment doesn't follow a script. It's a 24-week program that helps you turn English from something you know into something that you can actually use. In the first 12 weeks, we build the foundation with sounds, words, rules, and communication. And in the following 12 weeks, we train with what most people never train: using English under pressure, responding in real time, and adapting when conversations change. So when the moment comes, you don't freeze. You respond, you clarify, you connect, intentionally and confidently. Stop rehearsing conversations, start responding in real time. We start June 1st with the program Think in English, link in the description below. Thanks for watching.